As DSC enters a new era of leadership on the international hunting and conservation stage, a major addition of both membership growth and financial influence will be due to the continued growth of our chapter system. Our chapter system has grown rapidly across the country, all supporting the DSC mission of conservation, education, and advocacy. The energy and commitment of our current and future chapters will play a critical role in serving the DSC mission in the years and challenges ahead.
I really feel what makes the DSC chapters different than any other chapters, the amount of support that we get from the national organization.
Knowing that I can send a text or make a phone call to Corey, basically anybody I need to get the assistance that we need or a little bit of advice.
Very rarely did it take me more than 24 hours to get a message back. But even more so than that, the headquarters proactively gets information to us. It gives us metrics that we can go and use to try and better the overall effort of the Dallas Safari Club.
They really want you to succeed. It's not, hey, you go do this and leave us alone. It's, we're going to help you succeed. We're going to show you how. We're going to hold your hand if necessary. You can really see the passion that they have for conservation and the chapters.
The ability to allocate funds through the DSC system matters to the chapters because it's easier to raise money if the people that donate that money get to see where it goes. They see it makes a difference in their community.
Our chapter absolutely had the autonomy to choose our own mission statement. It's important to us because each state has their own fight.
I think that is probably the #1 reason I chose to be a DSC chapter, simply because if we raise money in New Mexico, I want it spent in New Mexico.
If someone is thinking about starting a DSC chapter or taking their existing group and using it to form a DSC chapter, I would love for them to call me. I'd be happy to speak with them. DSC is an organization that is 100% conservation focused. It's about how much land and wildlife we can keep for future generations.
The DSC chapter system is committed to conservation and our hunting heritage. Specifically, DSC chapters raise funds to benefit critical local, national, and international initiatives in alignment with the DSC mission of conservation, education, and advocacy. DSC's chapter partners represent an important voice in sharing the DSC story and increase the DSC membership footprint around the globe. DSC staff and leadership stand ready to provide the support necessary to enable chapters' impact and success. The DSC chapter system is unique in many ways. DSC chapters keep 75% of the net revenues raised from their annual primary event. These funds are managed and distributed by the respective chapter committee. The chapter directs an additional 20% of the net funds from their annual primary event to DSC Foundation. This 20% is directed by the chapter to support strategic conservation, education, and advocacy projects identified by DSC and the DSC Foundation. Chapters know exactly where their money is going. In total, 95% of the net funds raised from the primary event of DSC chapters are directed by the chapter. The remaining 5% is sent to DSC and used for chapter system operating expenses. Outside the primary event, the chapter retains 100% of the other net revenues raised throughout the rest of the year. DSC chapters also operate as a standalone 501c3 or 501c4 nonprofit organization. DSC chapters create their own mission and culture that aligns with their supporting communities. Their unique priorities, the DSC mission, ensuring that conservation of wildlife through the public engagement, education, and advocacy for well-regulated hunting and sustainable use. As the DSC Chapter Development Manager, my vision is to support each existing chapter to be as successful as possible, to strategically expand the number of chapters, driving increased awareness of DSC, the DSC mission, and our incredible members, volunteers, and chapters. To further develop the DSC chapter system as a highly integrated and effective aspect of DSC. DSC's commitment to chapters include in-person DSC staff representation at every major chapter fundraising event, annual networking and team building events, both virtual and in person, which include the annual DSC Chapter Leadership Summit, a complimentary full-page ad in a quarterly Game Trails magazine to promote each chapter and its primary fundraising event. editorial space and game trails to share chapters news, assistance designing and creating professional marketing materials, comprehensive assistance in all aspects of establishing and/or expanding a chapter in your community. Open access to the DSC Convention held each year, where chapters have the opportunity to meet almost 1,000 leading shooting, hunting, and outdoor exhibitors from around the world, many eager to support DSC and DSC chapters. A chapter breakfast at the annual convention where chapters are able to meet, share successes from their last year, and explore opportunities to collaborate in the coming year. The success of the DSC chapter system is integral to the success of DSC and is committed to providing the resources necessary to support continued growth and success. I would like to personally thank each of you and all you have done and continue to do for DSC. I look forward to working with you in the future and wish each of you and your chapters all the best.